Well, first leg. So first off, Ram is promoting on his own. Then Leela. Now Ram and Leela have come together finally for the final leg, which is the most important leg. We are just a few days away from the release now. I think it's 11 days, 12 days.
15th, right?
Yeah. So 15 November, we're poised to make this big release, and it's the biggest release of my short career thus far. And I'm very very excited. Not nervous yet. I'm sure मेरा बुरा हाल हो जाएगा 14th को, one day before the release. For now, we're just going here and there and telling people to come and watch. There's a lot gone into the movie, very painstakingly made by every member of our team. And very special film for me, very special film for Mr. Bansali. Deepika will also tell you how special Leela is for her. But yeah, it's really looking forward to what people respond after watching the film.
You know, I think one is obviously the fact that it is Sanjay sir's mother's name, and you know that was the first thing that kind of was given to me when I was offered the film, and I understand how important that is for him and how close he is to his mother. We all know that. And that was the first message he had sent me actually after I'd signed the film. I still have that message where he said thank you for playing Leela and how much it means to him. And I remember walking on set on the first day and feeling that, you know, feeling a responsibility of a different kind. Normally you feel responsible for the character that you're playing. You hope you live up to the director's expectation. But this was a different kind of responsibility that I felt. And I hope I've lived up to it. I think I did, because he, on the last day of shoot, again sent me a lovely message, which is also part of the making. But you know, so I hope I've lived up to all of that. And it's been a very, very difficult film for me in terms of emotionally, physically, mentally. And the last time I'd said this was before Cocktail, and this is the second time I'm feeling that with this. And I hope that it does as well for me as my other films have done. More than happy to talk about it, because I think you know, let's not shy away from the fact that it is one of the main things that people are talking about as far as the promos are concerned, and that's the first thing that people kind of reacted to when they saw the promo. So it's definitely a great thing when you're doing a film like Ram-leela, which is such an intense, passionate love story. You need that kind of chemistry between the leads. And I hope that when people see us in the film together, I hope they want to see more of us every time that we are not on screen. And I also hope that we get to do some, you know, some other work soon.
Please. Shouldn't I? I mean, the most sought after for all practical purposes actress, but for me it's been a most wonderful experience working with her. I mean, there's so much I've learned about the craft, about professionalism. She's really somebody I admire. You know, somebody who's so grounded and sincere, and somebody who values the opportunities that comes one's way and values the successes that you've been blessed with. It's amazing to see her growth in just 1 year. So yeah, I would love to collaborate with her again, because she is one of the best we have, and yeah, hopefully we'll get that opportunity sooner rather than later. I hope after watching Ram-leela it'll just happen on its own.
Because I don't know any other way of loving or being, you know, since childhood. And it's also my extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins. You know, I think we're people who held on to relationships, no matter, every relationship goes through its ups and downs, you know, but in the way that they've conducted themselves, in the way that they've, you know, balanced off each other. And, you know, I mean, just the fact, the kind of togetherness, you know, I don't know any other way. So I think it's, my family for me in that sense has been my biggest inspiration as far as purity of love and relationships is concerned. And I think they've given us so much love because they feel, you know, the film is set in Gujarat, you know, and there's such a strong sense of that culture in our film that they feel very, very proud of. So I'm glad that I managed. In fact, my first interaction with the media was in Ahmedabad, and I'm glad I managed to do that.
आपको कमी लग रही है? हाँ, मुझे भी नहीं लग रही है. I think fortunately for us, you know the promo material has really hit the spot. लोगों ने बहुत अप्रिसिएशन दिया इसके फर्स्ट ट्रेलर को और गाने भी पॉपुलर हो रहे हैं. तो फॉर्चुनेटली फॉर अस द प्रोमो मटेरियल इज स्पीकिंग फॉर इटसेल्फ. अगर इफ आई हैड टू set a trend maybe in the future when I am a little bit more established, मैं चाहूँगा कि कोई एक्टर को फिल्म प्रमोट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़े. You know, I think we go out and sell our work more than we actually do the work. Talk about the work more than actually doing it. तो आजकल 30 दिन 40 दिन हर कोई बेच रहा है फिल्म. आई थिंक इट्स 5 या 7 दिन में हो जाना चाहिए. आई थिंक आई वुड होपफुली आई वुड लाइक टू चेंज दिस ट्रेंड. आई थिंक प्रमोशंस बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं आजकल फिल्मों के. पीपल शुड जस्ट बी ऑन द फिल्म सेट डूइंग व्हाट दे हियर टू डू. बट या फॉर्चुनेटली you know promo material has done the job for us. We are on the campaign now together for the last 2 weeks and I think buzz अच्छा है जो हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छा है. बड़ी फिल्म है और it's a big release for me, so I hope people get excited. People are excited and I hope November 15th proves to be a landmark day for me.
Now Dishkya, it's strange that you say that. It's very much a part of the film. In fact, it's a very endearing song when you see it. You know, when you see it as part of the film, it's really endearing and make a lot of sense when you see the film. But it was a lot of fun. I think that was the first time that I've really kind of opened up in a different kind of sense. You know, that dance. I think Govinda was a reference for Govinda ji was a reference for Ranveer and me, and it kind of reminded me of what Govinda ji had with either Karishma or Ravina. You know, it's in that zone. Yeah. It was. You know, I realized that when I used to go for rehearsals, I used to wear my regular whatever gym clothes or clothes that I rehearse in. And I mean, of course, the steps were easy, but I learned, you know, 2 weeks, 15 days I'd done my rehearsals. But then I realized that on the day of the shoot, I was struggling because the costume was so heavy and I'd not accounted for that. And not just the clothes, but even I remember the earrings. During Lahu Pragya, the earlobes had kind of almost like torn. The skin under my feet had all come off and it was not nice. But I just hope that it looks good and everyone's enjoying the music. And for me, I think just the way Sanjay Leela Bhansali presents his songs and the way his songs look, it's worth all of everything that I've gone. It's mushkil tha, you know. You see Garba, you see Dandiya, but to actually do it. And the Garba that we've done in Ram-leela is a folk kind of Garba. It's not the Garba or the Dandiya that you see during Navratra. It's slightly different. It's a little off beat. It's not on the beat. Yeah, that in between wala beat. And Sanjay sir, being the perfectionist that he is, even though I was wearing a ghagra, and so, you know, sometimes I thought I could just cheat the footwork as long as it just looks the same, but he would catch that also.
हाँ, कैसे विशेष कर रहे हैं आप सर? हाँ, ये देखो क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये आपको पीटना चाह रहे हैं. आप सचिन को विश ऐसा शुभ बोलो मेरे भाई.
किस तरह विश करना चाहेंगे
आप एक
मैच के लिए?
हम यही चाहेंगे कि
आप इकलौते भारतवासी होंगे जिन्होंने ऐसा विश किया है कि सचिन आउट हो जाए. कौन कहता है यार ऐसे? पता नहीं, यू नो, एक्चुअली हम साथ में एक इंटरव्यू दे रहे थे कुछ दिन पहले. इन्होंने अच्छी तरह से आर्टिकुलेट किया था कि एक्चुअली ये ऐसी चीज़ होती है जिसको आप ब्रेक डाउन नहीं कर सकते. इधर यू हैव इट और यू डोंट हैव इट. यू कांट कैलकुलेट और पिन पॉइंट कि ऐसा क्यों होता है. It is just the way it is, or the more you try and break it down, the more complex it gets, because it is just one of those inexplicable things जिसका कोई मतलब जवाब या कुछ है नहीं है, या तो है या तो नहीं है. Fortunately for us है और लोगों को दिख रहा है प्रोमो मटेरियल में. होपफुली वो ऐसा कहेंगे फिल्म देखने के बाद भी.
लीला में जो इनका लुक है बहुत ही यूनिक है. पहली बार आई थिंक एक फिल्म में इन्होंने मूछें रखा है, तो वो बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे. और एज एन एक्टर आई थिंक ही इज़ वन ऑफ द फाइनेस्ट एक्टर्स ऑफ आवर जनरेशन. तो उनके साथ काम करने में बहुत खुश हूँ. बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला. And I wish him all the best. I think he has a great future ahead. I didn't analyze it so much, but now that you've asked, maybe the next time you ask me, I'll think about it.